National Museum of Culture and Life. It's located in Pereyaslav-Khmelnitsky city, approximately 1 hour by car from the Kiev. So the museum itself works from 9 up to 5 o'clock. It's exit, but it's better to come here before 4 o'clock. So at the beginning you can see, for example, this old Slavonic house. Maybe it's 2nd or 3rd century, yeah. And step by step, this is 11th century. It has already wooden walls, yeah, and some benches inside and some oven. And then we can see another complex of buildings. It's like small fortress. Okay, we understand it because such buildings usually were located in the forts, and at that time around there were a lot of wild animals. And in the museum there are a lot of wooden churches. By the way, I can tell you that next to Pereyaslav-Khmelnitsky there is a Kaniv reservoir, which was built in 1960s, yeah. And on the bottom of future reservoir there were a lot of old villages with old churches, wooden churches. So these wooden churches were disassembled and then moved here, yeah, and reassembled again in the territory of this museum. So I mean that these churches used to stay where now the water of Kaniv reservoir. Here we can see some buildings of prosperous villager, of a rich peasant, let's to say. For example, this ahead we can see a very picturesque house, and inside it was very luxurious furniture of surroundings for the village of 19th century. This is a building in Ukrainian language shinok, or bar. I mean that if in the time some men, mostly men, wanted to drink something, alcohol, they visited this place. You can enter to some houses inside, yeah, and some such houses have temporary exhibitions. For example, here we can see there is temporary exhibition women's outwear, yeah. Maybe not for every day, maybe they wore such ones only on holidays because it's white color, but yeah, you can evaluate what women wore at the 19th century. In the center of the museum there is a big pond and the house of management, or White House, and of course some big square with market which usually took place on Saturdays, where you could sell and buy food, equipment and so on. Also, the territory of a museum, some small museums, some they are open, some are not. For example, this museum is Merdardos Museum, some well-known scientist who was born here in Pereyaslav-Khmelnitsky, and he was one of the person who invented electro welding. So all of these local museums have their own schedule and working days, working times, yeah. So please ask at the entrance of the cash desk which museums you can visit now. Anyway, as for me, this is the only place for which you must visit Pereyaslav-Khmelnitsky city.